Have you ever heard of a place so bizarre, so paranormally active, that even the government got involved? A place where the laws of physics seem to bend, and creatures from nightmares are said to roam free. Today, we're journeying into the heart of one of America's greatest mysteries, Skinwalker Ranch. Located in northeastern Utah, this 512-acre property isn't your average piece of real estate. For centuries, local Native American legends, particularly from the Ute tribe, have warned people to stay away. They called the area the Path of the Skinwalker, referring to a malevolent, shape-shifting entity from their folklore. But these were more than just campfire stories. The legends spoke of strange lights in the sky, unexplainable animal mutilations, and a feeling of pure dread that permeated the land. For decades, the ranch was owned by the Myers family, who largely kept to themselves and seemed to live without incident. But everything changed in 1994 when the ranch was sold to Terry and Gwen Sherman. They bought it with a simple dream: to raise a herd of prized Angus cattle and live a quiet, rural life. What they found instead was a living nightmare. From the very day they moved in, the Shermans were besieged by the inexplicable. They reported seeing huge, wolf-like creatures that were seemingly immune to bullets, even at close range. One of these creatures allegedly grabbed a calf by its muzzle right through the bars of a pen and tried to drag it away. When Terry shot it with a high-powered rifle, the beast barely flinched before vanishing. Then came the UFOs. The Shermans and their neighbors witnessed a wide array of strange aerial phenomena. They described silent, triangular crafts the size of football fields hovering over their property, small, fast-moving orbs of light that would playfully dance around them and their cattle, and beams of light shooting down from the sky. One night, 3 of their prized bulls simply vanished without a trace, leaving only hoof prints in a perfect circle, as if they'd been lifted straight up. The high strangeness didn't stop there. Poltergeist activity became common inside their home. Objects would fly off shelves, doors would slam shut on their own, and they'd hear disembodied voices chattering in a language they couldn't understand. Their cattle were subjected to horrific and surgically precise mutilations. The Shermans were terrified. Their dream had turned into a relentless ordeal, and after just 2 years, they were desperate to leave. Their story reached Las Vegas real estate magnate and aerospace billionaire Robert Bigelow. Bigelow had a deep, personal interest in the paranormal and UFOs. In 1996, he purchased the ranch from the Shermans for $200,000 and established the National Institute for Discovery Science, or NIDS. His goal was to apply rigorous scientific methods to study the bizarre events happening on the ranch. Bigelow assembled a team of scientists, physicists, veterinarians, and engineers, and outfitted the ranch with state-of-the-art surveillance equipment. Cameras, sensors, and round-the-clock observers were deployed to capture whatever was plaguing the property. The NIDS team spent nearly a decade on the ranch, and what they documented was just as strange as what the Shermans had reported. They recorded significant magnetic field anomalies, with readings fluctuating wildly for no apparent reason. Their equipment would constantly malfunction in bizarre ways. Batteries would drain in an instant. Cameras would inexplicably shut down just as something strange was about to happen, and their digital recordings would be wiped or distorted. One of the most famous incidents from the NIDS era involved a strange, refrigerated box-like object seen hovering low over a field. It emitted a bright light, and when investigators approached, it shot away at an impossible speed without making a sound. Another time, a team member was observing a strange light in the sky through binoculars when he saw what he described as a portal, or a tunnel of light, open up in the darkness. A large, dark, triangular craft slowly emerged from this opening before it closed behind it. NIDS also documented more animal mutilations and saw shadowy, humanoid figures darting between the trees. They even dug into the ground, trying to find a source for the magnetic anomalies, but found nothing. Despite collecting a mountain of anecdotal evidence and strange data points, the NIDS team couldn't come to a definitive conclusion. The phenomena were real. They were happening. But they were elusive, almost as if they were intelligent and actively avoiding being captured or understood. It was as if the ranch itself was a living entity, playing games with them, In the mid-2000s, another chapter began. A secretive government program, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or ATIP, took an interest. Through a company run by Bigelow, the Pentagon funneled millions of dollars into studying the ranch between 2008 and 2012. This wasn't some fringe investigation anymore. The US government was now secretly funding research into the high strangeness at Skinwalker Ranch, believing it could hold keys to advanced aerospace technology or even threats to national security. The results of this program remained largely classified, adding another layer of intrigue and mystery to the property's history. After the government contract ended, Bigelow largely ceased active research. The ranch fell quiet for a few years until 2016, when it was sold again, this time to Brandon Fugal, a wealthy real estate developer and technology investor from Utah. Unlike previous owners, Fugal decided to take a different approach: transparency. Fugal assembled a new team of investigators and, for the first time, allowed television cameras onto the property, leading to the popular TV series The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Fugal's team has continued the work of NIDS, but with even more advanced technology. They've launched rockets to measure atmospheric conditions, used ground-penetrating radar, and conducted countless experiments to try and provoke a response from whatever intelligence resides there. And they've gotten results. The team has documented bizarre medical effects on their own bodies, including strange burns and high levels of radiation exposure. They've recorded unidentified radio signals and powerful energy spikes that seem to emanate from the mesa overlooking the ranch. One of their most startling experiments involved drilling into the mesa itself. As they drilled, their equipment malfunctioned, and team members reported feeling nauseous and disoriented. It was as if they were poking a hornet's nest. So, what is actually going on at Skinwalker Ranch? The theories are as varied as the phenomena themselves. Some believe it's a hub for extraterrestrial activity, a sort of interdimensional Grand Central Station, where UFOs and otherworldly beings come and go. The portal-like openings in the sky reported by witnesses certainly support this idea. Another theory points to the Native American legends of the Skinwalker. Could there be a genuine spiritual or supernatural entity tied to the land, an ancient force that predates modern understanding? The shape-shifting creatures and the feeling of malevolence reported by so many seem to fit this narrative perfectly. A more scientific, yet equally mind-bending theory suggests the ranch is a point where different dimensions or realities intersect. This could explain why the laws of physics seem to break down, why objects and creatures can appear and disappear in an instant, and why the phenomena seem to react to human observation, a concept known in quantum physics as the observer effect. Perhaps the act of watching it, of studying it, actually changes what happens there, and of course, there are the skeptics. They argue that the stories are a combination of misidentification, natural phenomena, and outright hoaxes, all amplified by folklore and media hype. They might attribute the lights in the sky to planes from a nearby Air Force base, the animal mutilations to natural predators, and the equipment malfunctions to simple technical failures. But this explanation struggles to account for the sheer volume and consistency of the bizarre reports from credible witnesses, including trained scientists and military personnel, over so many decades. The truth is, no single theory can fully explain everything that has been reported at Skinwalker Ranch. It remains a place of profound mystery, a puzzle box of the paranormal. It's a place that challenges our understanding of reality and forces us to ask uncomfortable questions about the world we think we know. Is it aliens? Is it a spiritual entity? Is it a gateway to another dimension? Or is it something else entirely? Something we don't even have the words to describe yet. The investigation continues, and with each passing day, Brandon Fugal and his team hope to get one step closer to an answer. But perhaps the real secret of Skinwalker Ranch isn't an answer at all, but the question it forces us all to ask: what else is out there? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into one of the world's most mysterious places. What do you think is happening at Skinwalker Ranch? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries. See you next time.